The first 3 and 7. 7 for God, 3 for God, and 7 for man. And then the 8 Beatitudes, which is the gospel we're reading here. And then the cross. What is this rule from God? You want to come follow me? Deny yourself, take up your cross, and then you follow me. This one. And of course, number 4, the church's teachings. The catechism. We just have to abide by these God's rules. Remember, Jesus has given authority to the church leaders from the apostles. Whosoever sins you forgive are forgiven. The sins you hold bound are held bound. 4 criteria of God's rules. Again, the 10 commandments for God and for man. The 8 Beatitudes, how we live. Let me write those down. So the 10 commandments, 3 for God, 7 for man. The 8 Beatitudes, how we live. The cross, how we follow.
What do you mean by 3 for God and 7 for man?
The first 3 commandments are towards God.
Okay.
The last 7 is for man. What about the church's teachings?
How you follow.
To lead us. The big problem in the secular world is we just don't understand the word freedom. Our understanding of freedom is we can do what we want. But that's not what freedom is, really. Because if we do what we want, we become slaves. We don't become free. It's the other way around. It works the opposite. Because we commit sin left and right, we become slaves to sin. The meaning of freedom is we are free to follow God. The heaven's doors have been opened. It's been opened by the one ultimate, complete, final sacrifice of Jesus Christ. The heaven's doors have been opened for us, and we're free. We are free to follow Him all the way up to heaven. That's freedom. Remember in John chapter 8, last week we said that? I am the truth, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. That's the freedom. Freedom in Jesus Christ. That's the proper use of freedom. Our true freedom lies not in the rejection, but the acceptance of God's moral law. God the Father is incapable of not desiring what is truly best for us. If you have children, can you even imagine not wanting the best for your children? As you know it? Probably you can't even imagine that. Same thing with God. God loves us so much, He is not capable of even thinking of giving us what is not best for us. Thursday, keep your words short and sweet. When you're angry, do not write email. Do not scribble notes when you're angry. What do you do when you're angry? In high school, we were taught count 1 to 10. If after counting 1 to 10 you're still angry, continue to 100. If you get to 100 and you're still super duper angry, what do? Don't get a gun. No. What do?
Walk away.
Pray. Pray is what to do. Anger in our hearts, a desire for revenge, or an attitude that simply refuses to forgive. It's in our hearts. We are angry from our heart. When we cultivate a sentiment in our heart, good or bad, it will eventually find ways of coming to fruition. Understand? Thus giving the devil a chance. Ephesians 4. Thus giving the devil a chance. So do not harbor ill feelings in your heart. Do you know that when you harbor anger in your heart, you become sick? You become sick. You lose the fight. Because you are angry. If you are unable to forgive, you lose. You lose the fight.